Oh my gosh, I saw the reading cut. I'm just going to say it before you think it. John, can you afford a comb? Two things: I rode my bike this afternoon and I had helmet hair. And you see how much I've got. Combing it all nice and neat just makes me look like I have less. All right, moving on. So Darwin admitted there should be innumerable transition links. How many is that? More than we can count. So we should have more transitional fossils than we can count, but yet we don't have any well-documented ones. There are some transitional fossils, but if you look at them closely, they end up being easily disproven. We simply do not have evidence of these transitional links, as Darwin just admitted in his book. This is a big problem. There have been several theories about this problem. Darwin pointed to the imperfection of the geologic record, and fossils are rare. Only about 2% of organisms that die become fossilized. But the fact that there are virtually no transition links, no hardcore data, this leaves a big hole in Darwin's theory. So the imperfection in the geologic record is called the artifact theory. Another one of the prior to the Cambrian explosion, most organisms were soft-bodied. Therefore, fossilization was difficult with no hard body parts like bones or exoskeletons. Prior to the Cambrian, there were simpler life forms, and we actually have fossilized sponge embryos from the Ediacaran period, which is prior to the Cambrian. So the idea that transitional fossils were not preserved prior to the Cambrian can be discounted by fossils from the Ediacaran that are soft-bodied and also not considered transitional links. There was a theory that came out in the 1970s that stated transitional fossils were lacking because species evolved very quickly during times where species populations were separated. This theory was called Puck EQ. The problem with this theory is that it goes against the basic tenets of Darwinian evolution that proposes that over long periods of time, species gradually change through DNA mutations, and that resulted in evolutionary advantages for one species over another. And that's how new and completely different species arose. Again, no evidence of Puck EQ, but they state that they wouldn't be transitional links because of the speed of evolutionary change. What you will see, which is the fossil record actually shows, is long periods of what is called stasis, which is basically unchanged body plans within the lifespan of a species, and then usually extinction reflected in the fossil record. However, within the record's lifespan reflects within the fossil record no change of body plans. You don't see any definitive evolution in any particular species, just stasis. The most famous fossil and also the best preserved is the trilobite, which arose during the Cambrian explosion, is evidence in the fossil record for almost 300 million years with no significant changes during that time frame. Maybe some slight size variations, but worldwide, the fossils of trilobites found in Australia will look remarkably similar to the trilobites found in the Americas. The lack of transitional links within the fossil record have been a significant problem for the theory of evolution for 160 years, yet most scientists have not challenged the notion that this theory concerning common descent from an original species could be wrong. There are many facets to why a theory is promoted at every level of education that has such deficiencies, but for this discussion, let us just say evolution is the status quo until something better comes along.